would it not be righteous for somebody to get justice for the crimes that was committed against them?
I mean, that's not my question.
Huh?
I believe that is righteous. My question is, can you define the difference about, like, when you say righteousness, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're talking about
Let me ask you.
back and then away.
Let me ask you this: can the other nations sin?
Law.
All right. So can they be righteous?
Law, sir.
How do Israel become righteous?
Law, statutes, commandments.
Grab it from here to cook it over there?
No, it's already done. The chicken
Is it already done?
The chicken is here. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah, the chicken is raw.
So just bring it to the
Or we could take it to Shirata's. I don't care how I have
tell
it.
Shiraka's out to go to the store, right?
Yeah, he could do that.
And get some eggs and grits.
Yeah, he could do that. If they need the chicken over his house, then somebody gonna have to transport it. Just take care of it from you. I don't know. Whatever. Salakia. What was the last question I asked you?
You asked, how is what makes Israel righteous?
And what was your
law, statutes, and commandments.
Okay, so if we in the kingdom and this is in here in the Bible saying that this is how we should treat those people that have oppressed us and those people that have dealt viciously with the Lord's people, all of this other stuff, how would it not be righteous in order for you, you know what I'm saying, to get vengeance and all of this other stuff?
Calm.
Con what?
I see what you're saying.
Let me get Amos chapter 5 real quick. Let me see if that's what I'm looking for. See, what people think is righteousness because of the Christian church. Somebody give me Proverbs chapter 11 and 21 first. Proverbs 11 and 21. Because of this Christian church, people think that that like righteousness is being nice and being kind and gentle. It is to your brother, right? But if somebody walks in your house and they trying to kill you, or they have killed your brother and then now you see them, how you gonna be nice and kind and sweet to them? Right? Being righteous is to protect your family. Being righteous is to make sure that you know that nobody is going to harm or do anything good. Like, you have the all rights to protect yourself. And at the end of the day, when you talk about the Bible, a lot of people don't pay attention to this. The Bible is a book about war. When they talk about, think about this for a second. If you asking how will our kingdom be righteous and we be able to get back and vengeance and all of this other stuff for the things that our oppressors have done to us, when David was a man after the Lord's own heart and one of the biggest killers on the face of the earth, to the point where he had so much blood on his hands he couldn't even build a temple. But he was still considered a righteous man, right? You understand what I'm saying? You know why? You know why? Why?
Because he did it in the name of the Most High.
That ain't what I was looking for. I'll take that, but somebody else want to got another one? Anybody else want to try? Somebody else on the line?
A lot, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it because he was handing out righteous judgment?
You could say that. Yes, that's more on it, but I'm gonna tell you what I was looking for, right? I was gonna say because all that killing that David did, right? He wasn't killing his own people. He was killing the enemies of God, right? Somebody get me, I count them my enemies, right? And you get Psalms 83, he starts talking about all the nations that come up against the Lord and said, let's make them where the name of Israel will be no more. You know what I'm saying? When he's saying that, like, these are the people. And then he's talking about all the judgment that's going to come upon these people who are against the Lord. Make them as the stubble against the wind, and make them, you know what I'm saying? as the fire burn them like the fire. What it said in Psalms 83. I know y'all read it every week. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got any of those precepts I asked for? I asked for. You got the proverb. You got the Proverbs 11 and 21. Go ahead with it.
Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
This is what it's talking about in the Bible, right? It ain't righteous to sit there and hold somebody who's trying to kill your child or kill your wife or kill you's hand and be nice to them, right? You have to judge the wicked, or else they will continue to do wickedness. You got to put them in their place. When it talks about being bound, the serpent being bound and things like that, this is what it's talking about. The Lord got to put these people in their place, and guess who he's going to use to do it? Who's he going to use to do it? Go ahead.
Israel.
He's going to use Israel to do it, right? Somebody give me Proverbs chapter 2. Give me Give me 6. Start at verse 5. Start at verse 5.
Proverbs chapter 2, verse 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord, and find the knowledge of God. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
Stop right there. So here's the thing about your question, right? When I'm asking you all these questions back, the reason why is because, like, okay, you got to understand the spirit of what's going on. Like, at the end of the day, what I don't want you to do is to love your oppressor so much that you feel like you can never take vengeance or you can never get justice for what they did to us, right? That's what a Christian will tell you. Well, you got to forgive them and do all this other stuff when the Lord requires you to do it. Now, when it's talking about for the Lord giveth wisdom and out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding, we know that that's the law, statutes, and commandments, right? You with me out? All right, so now, if that's the law, statutes, and commandments is the wisdom that the Lord is going to give you, think about this for a minute. Let's say if a sister is caught in the act of adultery, right? Good sister. She was a nice sister. She did everything right, and then she slept with another man. What does the law say you're supposed to do to that sister?
So,
huh?
put her to death.
How?
So, like you said, let me straight.
Nah, you answered it. Yeah, go ahead. You answered the question right, but go ahead. Go ahead. Let me make sure you understood it. Go ahead,
okay, that means she know I'm in fire, so.
I ain't hear what you said,
I was trying to understand what you were saying.
I said, if a sister is found caught in the act of adultery, even though we may say she's a good sister, she's nice, she, looks out for the brothers, she pays her tithes and everything, then she's caught in the act of adultery. According to the law of God, what is the righteous thing to do to her? Throw rocks at that broad until she dies. Right? For somebody who don't understand the Most High, they'll say that's a little bit over and too far. You really got to throw rocks at her until she die? Is there anything else we can do? Right? This is the law. This is the judge. But when Christ brings the spirit of the law, you understand that the whole purpose was for her to never commit adultery at all. Right? You understand? So when we get justice for the things that they've done, right, it really to put them in a position where they can never do the same thing they did again. It's really to break them down, to break their kingdom down. It ain't no like, Like we said like it's a great day, you know what I'm saying, to do all this other stuff. Like you saying, I want cracker skin shoes and all this other stuff, right? Like me, I'm not that type of person. I mean, but some brothers is. That's why you got fishers and you got hunters. Some people are going to enjoy breaking this kingdom down. I'm more so going to enjoy building our kingdom. Now, me and you working together, we on the same point. You asking how, it's certain brothers that's going to be wanting to do that kind of stuff. And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And it's other brothers that's going to want to build our nation up. And we work together and create the same thing, because you got to destroy this one in order to build our kingdom. What we got going on? Somebody off mute? Salakia. Salakia. Check your phone. Check your phone. Make sure it's on mute. All right, can everybody hear me? All right, dude. What's up with the other precepts? Oh, nah. Go ahead to verse 9. Nope. Salakia. Go ahead. Where you was at? Verse 7. Go ahead.
Proverbs 2:7. He layeth up down. It's like he layeth up down wisdom for the righteous. He is a butler to them that walk uprightly.
Hey, who was reading this? What is Shock reading this? Oh, okay. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Come. He keepeth his path of judgment and preserveth the way of the saints.
He keepeth the paths of judgment, right? And the thing about the way the Lord judges the earth, it is to preserve the way of the saints. At the end of the day, like everything that's going down, there's going to be famine and war and destruction and all these different things that's horrible things. And if you're looking at it from the standpoint of the people that rule this earth now, but they have to happen in order for him to preserve the saints. They have to. So somebody got to do it, huh? And if you the brother that want to do it, there's nothing unrighteousness about that. You understand? Brothers and sisters just have to learn to play their position in whatever their role is in this world and whatever the Lord gave you to do. The ability and the want and all of these things, and do it to the best of your ability. Right now, it ain't time for that. What it's time for now is for brothers to get off drugs. It's for brothers to stop throwing their women away. It's for brothers and sisters to stop being homosexual, to stop being whores, to stop being adulterers. It's time right now for us to come in and clean ourselves up. That's what it's time for. But there will come a time, right, where you are going to have to destroy this kingdom, and the Lord is going to help us with Yahushua and the angels do just that, right? Somebody give me Esau is the end of the world. If you go down to verse 22 real quick and read that before we move on.
Verse 22. But the wicked shall be cut off from the earth, and the transgressor shall be rooted out of it.
That's what the point is. Them babies you killing was babies that was gonna go up and oppress your sons and try to murder you and kill the children of Israel, and lock people up in cages at the border. They was gonna grow up to be, Proud Boys. They was gonna grow up to be oppressors, Ku Klux Klan members, all of this stuff. That's what that's for. It's a cleansing. It's to root out those people who are going to come against the Lord's people. That's the point. That's what righteous is. And think about this. In the kingdom, we are going to stone adulterers, right? It's going to be our sisters. It's going to be our brothers that commit these crimes. They got to go, and it's righteous to kill them. That's what the Bible said to do. Right now, you under grace. You got a grace period. Ain't nobody gonna chop your head off. But you think you're gonna be in the kingdom up under Yahushua and you not gonna do what the thus saith the Most High? No. It's just and it's right to separate you from Israel, to get rid of you. You understand? All right, so I called for 2 other precepts. Anybody got them? Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 139.
Can y'all hear the brother?
Lord, sir.
Go ahead and read it.
Psalms chapter 139,
Can y'all hear the brother?
All
All right, most time correct.
verse 21. Do not I hate them, O Lord, that hate thee? And am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with perfect hatred. I count them my enemies.
There it is right there. If you got another one, Christ said, those my enemies who will not have that I reign over them, bring them and slay them before me. What is the purpose of doing that? Everybody needs to see who's in charge, right? David was in charge, and he's saying, he pleading with the Lord, do not I hate them that hate thee, O Lord. What you got to understand is you doing all that to a people who hate the Lord, who have oppressed the Lord's people, and all of this thing right here is justice. It is a righteous kingdom. It is just what the Lord called for. As a matter of fact, he said reward them double. Now, are you talking about buck breaking? Are you talking about feeding their babies to alligators? It's certain things we're not going to do, because when the righteous is in authority, the people will rejoice. Everything that they did, we can't even think about being as heinous and as disgusting and as terrible as them. We can't. We're not going to do it. And then it's laws that we have on how we're going to treat those, you know what I'm saying, once we get the kingdom. But it's going to be some destroying before it's some rebuilding. You understand?
And that led into like what my question was. Like you saying, like we ain't gonna be as heinous as they were. You know what I'm saying? So like my question was basically like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Why I was a slave and I just woke up at 7 a.m. and just want to crack his jaw just because I woke up and want to get a good stretch in. Is that a harm, or is that me doing what I want with my property?
Okay, here's what I'm telling you. The reason why you asking that question now is because you're oppressed. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. But when you ruling over them, and there's no question about it, and they're going to do everything you tell them to do, or they're going to lose their life, that aggression and that anger will be gone, because the judgment of the Lord will already have come on them. It's a difference when you at peace, when you running things. You can't even imagine that now. You like, I just want to crack a jaw. That's righteous for you. Yeah, that's righteousness for righteousness' sake, right? Go ahead.
So like it, sir. That's gonna be a folk song. Crack a jaw.
Yeah, right. That's how you feel now. You supposed to feel that way. Because they in your house and they beating you down and they slapping your woman and they trying to kill your baby. But when that threat no longer exists and we're ruling the earth out, you ain't going to have time for that. You're going to have too much land. You're going to have too much land that you need them to go pick cotton in. You're going to have too much things that you need to do. You're going to have too many wives and kids to take care of. You're going to have, you know what I'm saying, so much going for you. It's like the Lord is blessing you now. They already are nothing. They are nothing in the earth. Just like the white man think about you right now. It's only certain ones that want to, wicked things towards you. The other ones is just living their life, riding in their Maseratis, riding in. They're like, oh, I like black people. A black person makes my coffee every morning. I got a black person, you know what I'm saying, works in my stores while I go play golf. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are like that. It's only some that still has a feeling like, no, I want to destroy them, even though we already destroyed. When they already destroyed, you might feel different. Now, if you feel the same, what you do on your 40 acres, 1,000 acres, whatever land the Lord gives you, ain't none of my damn business. Captain Shawar always said he's not going to buy sprinklers in the kingdom. He's just going to have crackers that just spit on his grass until it's water as much as he wants. That's how he's going to treat his. It's a little hardcore for me. But that's what he want to do with his servant. As long as there isn't a law in it, the law will be back in the earth on how you should treat a slave, a servant, or whatever the case may be. If you just want to whoop them this way or that, they deserve it as far as right now, but they will do nothing to warrant that in the kingdom because of what Christ said. If they don't want to serve, bring them and slay them before my face, and it's going to be that simple out. It's going to be that simple. You understand? Do I have any other precepts I call for? Go ahead, Rakam. Oh, Salakia. Who said Salakia?
Like you was just me, young man junior. But
That's the. Is that the one you had, or you had another one?
no, kind of one come.
All right, go ahead, Rakam.
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, and Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Second Ezra's what?
For Esau.
Second Ezra's what?
Like
Second Ezra's what?
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yo, can you hear me out? Second Ezra's what?
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8.
All right, I'm with you now.
Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
So at the end of the day, bro, when we get the kingdom, right, you're not going to feel the same way you feel now because Esau's world will be at an end. The reason you feel like you feel now is because you have an oppressor ruling over you to the point where you have to deal with them in like manner. You have to have that, but that is righteous. That is righteous hatred for them because they've done things to your family. All right, but once we get to the point where they under control, where we got them controlled, where they cannot harm our family anymore, and the threat is gone, then now you have to use them for what they're going to be using. What? The elders shall serve the younger. And that's going to be their job at that point. You understand? All right, Most High in Christ. Any other questions? Hey, we got water back there? You don't mind. Go ahead.
Okay, how was that? The Most High knew that we was going to go into captivity, and we was going to discontinue from our heritage, meaning like we was going to remember our native songs and other stuff. So I was wondering how true it is, or is it true at all, that the Most High commissioned King James to translate the Bible from Hebrew to English.
You said, what did the Most High commission King James to translate the Bible?
Oh yeah, I mean, like, did he give him like, I don't want to say authority, but like,
That's
what
racist.
the Spirit to do? I'm just saying, like, was that a part of his plan?
What? Okay.
Being that, you know, when we went into slavery, I ain't saying like all the slaves forgot how to speak or read Hebrew, but you know what I'm saying, we went on the plantation to bring Hebrew scriptures. We was bringing King James version of the Bible. So was that by the plan of the Most High, or?
All right, so, I mean, the answer is this, right? It was never the Lord's intent for us to go into bondage. The Lord set it up where He told us what we needed to do and what we needed to do in order to get the kingdom, and then He told us what would happen if we didn't. And we made the wrong decision, so we ended up in bondage, right? But the Lord, having grace and mercy upon us, allowed us to continue to have the records that was laid down years before. You know what I'm saying? The Lord allowed us to have those records in order, so we had what it says, what was written aforetime was written for our learning. So the fact that we have the scriptures is only because of the Lord. right? So, Salakia. So when you ask about the translation was only like when the Lord's people was taken into captivity. Like if you look at the script, even if you look at the script, right, the Hebrew, we have what we consider the ancient Hebrew, right, and then we have the Lashon Kodash. That's mine. You can just move it out the way. You can just the Lashon Kodash, which is spoken word, right? But the characters. Why in the hell do we have a Syrian Hebrew that we write in? Why do we have that? Go ahead. Right, but why would our script change? All right, it was really just an adaptation, right? Meaning, like, you got Israelites down in Florida, when it get 90, 95 degrees, they tawab. But if it get 40 degrees, they freezing. Then you got brothers in Chicago or something like that, right? Brothers in Chicago or New York, when they get 90 degrees, they burning up, but they run in the snow. You understand? The reason why is we had to adapt to wherever we was at. And if the Lord sent forth brothers in the earth to make sure that we kept our records so that we'll be able to come back and find our way back to our identity, right? He ain't never want to take our identity away from us. We lost our identity because we tried to be like the other nations. That's why we have the Assyrian script. Why we got Assyrian letters, you know what I'm saying, when we had the original Hebrew. It's because Israelites was in captivity under the Assyrians, right? What's the one where give me that the one that we read in the milk class? Whom shall he teach knowledge? No, is that it? Yeah, somebody give me that one. Whom shall he cause? Yeah, let me get that. I might have it up already. You got it?
Chapter 40, verse 14.
Yeah, go ahead and read it for me. By the way, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, back in 1969 under commanding General Yohana, Isupk, Florida. We down here at the school, got the brothers from all over that ain't here on the line, so y'all make sure, you know what I'm saying, y'all check out all the pictures, all the things, like everything shared, so we can get some brothers and sisters in this school down here. This school is a beautiful school, and this joint needs to be packed every week with brothers and sisters that's gonna change their life. And the only way you do it is you don't hide what you know from the whole world. You go and show it to them. You let them have it. You know what I'm saying? You give them what the Lord gave you that made you change your life. That's the only way we're going to grow this thing. It's the only way we're going to get the kingdom. So I just wanted to add that. Go ahead, Isupk.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 14.
What happened?
With whom took he counsel?
No, that ain't it. Whom shall he teach knowledge? Anybody got it on the phone? What's the verse?
28, Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9.
All right, go ahead and read it.
Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk
and drawn from the breast.
So now here we go. Who was that asked the question? Was it Uriah? So who is the Lord going to allow to get his laws, statutes, and commandments to learn, right? You got to have the milk first. You got to have the basics. Now, if you don't even understand what somebody's saying, how could they ever explain anything to you, right? So language is important. I could be saying to you one thing, and if me and you don't speak the same dialect, it could be taken as disrespectful if you don't know what the hell I'm really saying. You know what I'm saying? You hear people say all the time, like, I F with you. Or you my nigga. Nigga? You know, if you take it offensive, if you're not familiar with the lingo or whatever the case may be. Language is very important. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I'm saying. The scriptures of the Most High, the way he talked to his people is very important. Now, who is he going to allow to understand it? It's those people that are searching and get the basics of how to live for the Lord, who's trying to figure that thing out. And then, like, once they got the basics, he can take it back to the Hebrew or whatever the case may be. But you got to start somewhere. Now, if I speak Spanish, how in the hell are you going to teach me anything in Hebrew? I don't speak Hebrew. Right? Keep going up.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line, line upon line. Here little and there little.
Right.
For with stammering lips and in other tongue will he speak to his
So now let's get back to the precept upon precept, right? What are they going to be precepts of? Let's say if somebody brought you the scrolls in Hebrew and you don't understand Hebrew. How is the Lord going to communicate with you? How are you going to learn about the great things that he did in the past, right? Somebody that speaks your language got to tell you. Precept upon precept mean like one place in the Bible, the Lord going to show you this what he is. This how he operate. This what you should do. And then you're going to go to another one, you're going to see the same thing. But if all of this stuff is written or even spoken to you in a language that you do not understand, there's no possible way for you to serve the Lord, right? King James translating these things out of the original Hebrew was just him being scholarly about what Tyndale tried to do. Tyndale transferred into what's the Latin, right? You had the Bibles that was translated into Latin. You had the Septuagint, which was transferred into the Greek, right? You have all these different versions, but all of these things is because the Lord's people were scattered into these countries and into these nations. And these was all translations of the scrolls or translations of the word so that the Lord could speak to his people, no matter where you at. Sure, some nigga is stationed in Japan right now reading some Japanese version of the Bible. Now, whether it's accurate or not, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I never seen it. But all of these different translations of the scriptures was so that the Lord could speak to his people. Read that last verse you was just reading again where I stopped you at, Junior.
Verse 11. For with stammering lips and in other tongues will he speak to his people.
For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. We don't even know Hebrew. So the Lord had to have somebody rewrite and speak to us in a language. That way we can come back to the Hebrew. When I go to the Hebrew class on Friday night, they teaching me Hebrew, but they speaking and talking to me and communicating me in English, right? So that was the point of it. Was it something that the Lord commissioned? Absolutely. The Lord wants you to learn what to do, what not to do. Thou shalt not, in whatever language you speaking. And then now, he also wants you to learn what the Jewish man called the mother tongue. The mother tongue, what we call the holy tongue, the Lashawan Kodash. He also wants you to learn that and get back to your identity. All right, so yeah, it was commissioned by the Lord. He been said that he would speak to us in a different language, and this is to drive and pull us back out of our captivity. That's the whole point of it. Because without the scriptures, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible, we'll always be trying to be like the other nations. We'll never speak Hebrew. We'll never do anything like that. You understand that? Did I answer your question, or what? Did you have a whole different question and I just misunderstood?
Nah, but that was it.
All right, somebody said Salakia. Go ahead.
So we had these different translations because we were scattered all over the four corners of the earth, right?
That's correct. Not only that, though, some of the translations is heathens trying to take your book, trying to take your heritage, trying to take your inheritance and use it as their own. So, like, you know what I'm saying? In the New International Version, it's a translation of a translation in order for them to change up something to include certain people that's not included in the original text. So that's another reason why things like that happen as well. They'll make a new translation because the old one is so cut and dry that you can't give people who are not the children of Israel any type of leeway to be a part of the covenants or anything like that. So that's another reason they make translations out of translations. You understand what I'm saying? So you got it? Yo, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, is that why the New Living Translation is so far away from the truth in the original text?
That's what I just said.
Kind of. I was just simplifying from my understanding.
All right, you got it? Yeah, that's exactly why. That's exactly why, right? You have these different translations or whatever the case may be, and then once you have them, you have heathens that want to be a part of the Bible or make it their own. So then they put their own little culture and different things in the translation and make it say what they wanted to say. Go ahead, Uriah. Did I answer your question, Ricon? Did I answer your question, Ricon? All right, no sweat. Go ahead, Doc.
Okay, like what you just said, that was heaven. And I was just saying, I was going to ask you this. That's why you had these fake, is that why you had these fake other Israelite groups? So they can put their own agenda on things. You know what I'm saying? Because they are half from a breakout.
Yeah, that's only because they don't want to do what you're doing. They don't want to put on all black. They don't want to come in and humble themselves. So that you have these fake Israelite groups because everybody wants to be the boss. That's why. Nobody wants to work their way into and earn rank in this earth. Everybody just want to wake up one day and be in charge. And they unprepared, undisciplined, don't have no knowledge, but you want to run something. That's what it is. It's brothers that will not do what you doing. You come in here, I know you thought you knew everything about the Bible before you ever even came in the UPK. But yet and still you willing to shed that old man, kill him, put on all black, say yes sir to the niggas you don't even know in order to gain rank in this earth. And for that, you're going to be greater than any fake Israelite. You understand? Like, that's what it is. It's a little bit different for them. They want to run things, and they don't want to be up under the people that the Lord set up to run things. That's a little bit different. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why you had the fake Israelite groups. It's no different. It's no different than John the Baptist. You know what I'm saying? He know who Christ was, but he didn't want to let go of his power that he had from when he was the man. From when you see what I'm saying? He still wanted to run his own group. He didn't want to come in and serve Christ and do what the disciples was willing to do.
That's why you go to Bible too. The same thing that's going on with me, basically, What you just statement, this man has been derailed out everything that.
Most High in Christ. As we just brought it out earlier. What was written aforetime was written for our learning, right? I just wanted to check and see what was going on. Check with those y'all, see what was going on with the brunch, with the stuff for the brunch. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I may, real quick, if I may, the sisters are interrupted our friend cooking up the chicken, and he took a car up to grab the eggs and the grits right now. They have warm.
All right. The shot was just about to call you, and you just made the announcement. Most High in Christ, no sweat. All right. Any other questions? Salaki, sir. You want the class? You good? General Q just told me that last night. He like, sometimes a man in your phone will walk in and he'll take the class. Sometimes he'll be like, nah. He just gonna look at you like you crazy. Like, keep going. He is a prophet. I mean, we been like for like. I mean, anybody else got any questions? You got a question, you got to just ask the question. Like, you ain't got to do it over the phone. You in class.
I have a question.
Now, go ahead.
Okay. Well, two questions. Let me ask this one first. So if for the women in the truth, when we're out and about and we see, I mean, because I know we can teach other women, but we can't teach the Bible, right? We can just teach them like their ways of Israelite women. So when we're out and about, would it be wrong? Like if here's an example. I was in the store and I heard this lady talking to the cashier, and she was talking about like different random religions. Like she said she believed in Baphomet and she believed in Buddha and all this nonsense. And I wanted to stop her and correct her and tell her who she really was, but I wasn't sure if that was out of my place to say something to her.
All right. What you was gonna say?
I was gonna say, sis, I don't know what's all this stuff you believe in, but you know, you're not African, because she's saying she was African American and all this stuff. And I was like, you're not African, you're Hebrew Israelite, you know?
that would be like you know, in the Bible when them brothers was trying to deal with they was trying to cast out spirits, right? In the name of Yahweh Shah. And the demon looked at him and said, Jesus we know, Paul we know, but who are you? What your job is to send them to the priest who can properly handle a sister with that many demons on you. She might swing on you. Oh, kind of. This one?
Yeah, this one.
Hold on, one second. So now, what you can do, you can keep that. We got some little cards, right? We got some cards. You can tell the sister she's Israel or who you think she is, but you don't want to kind of have that whole conversation. It's going to turn into a debate, and that's not necessarily what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say you gotta know how you must address everybody. This person right here don't seem like the person that would even be willing to hear you out about who she is. So sometimes you just have to let the Lord deal with them. Now, I've learned over time, because I used to be that dude. I remember asking a question like that in this class probably like 5 years ago. So are we supposed to go out and tell the drug dealer that's on the corner, yo, you Israel, you need to stop selling these drugs? Nah, what we speak to is the people that want to change their life for the most part. Otherwise, you're talking to a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? You're just wasting your time. You're wasting your breath. They don't want to hear it. Like right now, my thing, I used to like to argue on Facebook, get in there, I remember even brothers and sisters first coming to school, they see an argument online, they want to jump in it, pull scriptures, do all this other stuff, and then at the end of the day, when you get in here and you get settled in, you'll realize the Lord don't need no help fighting. We already doing it. What you got to do is make sure you understand what you're supposed to be doing, and then be an example to the sisters that's coming into the school, like what you was talking about. That's how you teach them. Like, you going and saying something to this lady with all these damn demons on her, it's not gonna change that lady's mind. You just
and it's like it too, if I could, like, okay, it's more like brother saying is right, like you don't have to do it, but of course you want to, like that's your spirit, like you just want to help, you know what I'm saying? So to make it like all together, there's nothing wrong with you saying something to it. Like a lot of people get it misconstrued, like, okay, I tell them, you know, that you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, and that's teaching them. It's not teaching them, right? Like, that's not teaching them what we're saying don't do. Don't. If you ever get the Bible and you're like, okay, boom, you see it right here, this is what this means, I'm gonna break this down for you. That's what teaching we're talking about. Of course, you're gonna teach a person and you're gonna tell them, like, yo, what you're doing is wrong, what you shouldn't do this, help them out. They may never make it in class. You may be the only person that is there to help them, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to get it to where, like, you feel like brother is saying, like, this is your job. You don't have to do that. Like, we take that stress and we take that weight off of brothers and off of sisters, and children. So they don't have to go and do that. We going out Saturday, we gonna do it, you know what I'm saying? You at the grocery store, you ain't gotta do that, you know what I'm saying? You let her know, like, look, take this card. I got a card for you, man. Check them out and if you ever get a chance, and you're done. Your whole mission is done.
you want to say? You got the headpiece.
All I'm gonna do is sit back here and it's like if I could all day.
It's like you. I passed the class over to Priest and Captain. Sure, y'all.
All right, so if anybody got any other questions, you know what I'm saying, it's a lucky for my tardiness. But if anybody got any other questions, we can get the questions. Any questions in the room? What were we on? What was the topic?
We couldn't get one. They was asking questions.
Oh, okay, no sweat. Okay, am I able to see him here? Yeah, go ahead, Up.
When Christ revealed himself to the sisters, after his death, and he rose again for others and the disciples. My question was like, I don't know if it go hand in hand, but like, why could he didn't reveal himself to the disciples first? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, the Most High designed things that he wanted. I was just wondering, like, how come, he was rolling with 12, and Peter was his main man. How come he didn't reveal himself to them instead of the sister having, tell them like, yo, you know what I'm saying, how should I live? We rose, and them not believe. Is that have something to do with part of it?
Does it have something to do with what? I missed the last part.
Like them not believing, you know what I'm saying? Like them, like after Christ died, it kind of seems like, you know what I'm saying, they just like fell in a little slump, you know what I'm saying, being devastated by what happened to the Messiah.
Okay.
So is that why he had to like choose, like that's why he chose someone else to reveal himself to, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know if they go hand in hand.
Oh no, it definitely doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so funny, man, because that's the Christian Christ, I guess, man, because that shit sounds soft as hell. Like, who would do that? Like, I'm just mad at you, so you ain't gonna see me first. I'm gonna let them see me. That's something my broad would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not why Christ. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the reason why. You know what I'm saying? He, the Lord didn't, raise him up in the room wherever the brothers was at. But what the hell difference does it make? Like, no, he wasn't mad at the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Had an attitude with them because they didn't believe in him. Like, a lot of people wouldn't have believed that. You know what I'm saying? The sisters was there, if I'm not mistaken. They was there to, continue anointing and, basically embalming him. You understand? Like, they didn't go there because they thought he was going to be up and walking around. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that's not the reason. Like, it's just, like, first of all, I don't know. You might have a reason, like, why you think that matters, but end of the day, I mean, it's how the Lord had it set up. Is what it was. These sisters saw him first. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's like you coming in the room. You know what I'm saying? And you know, your wife mad at you, man, but you know, she's not in the room. You know what I'm saying? If she was in the room and she was there when you came in the door, you know what I'm saying? She gonna see you first. If the kids is there, so I'm not gonna you know, hide myself or not reveal myself because you know she's there. She's got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? She mad at me or whatever the case was. So no, it has nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I guess, what they call like happenstance. You know, like you know, that's just how it happened.
The reason why I kind of like asked that question because I was thinking back on the scripture where the Most High says, "The men are the sheep of my pasture." You know what I'm saying? I don't know about this book, but that's what I was thinking about. Like, you know what I mean? You know, the Most High deals with the man. I know he's dealing with some truth in the scripture, but I was just wondering, like, was this a validity of, you know, be your person and not his own person, or like, you know?
Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with that. And again, like a lot of misconceptions. And I understand, like, you know, I come into the truth. I didn't really understand. Like it seemed like it was such like a change. This is just okay. Sisters, before you came into truth, was probably the biggest part of your life. Very important, man. From our mothers to aunties and wives, girlfriends, whatever the case may be, sisters, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, just like how the sister just asked the question about teaching. Somehow, I don't know, when you come into the ISUPK, if you don't know the spirit, you know what I'm saying, of the Most High and of the men of the Lord, like, maybe it'll throw you off. So I'm going to help you with this. Like, yes, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, okay, men just have a job. Our job is different. It's not better. It's not this, that, the third. We have a rank. It's not better. If you think it's better to be in a higher rank, if you think it's better to be the one that has to give your life for a bunch of idiots that hate you and will not listen to you or whatever, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like my position isn't better. It's different. It's separate from what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You got a role to play. I've got a role to play. Is anyone better? I don't know. Maybe to the one look, you know, on the outside looking in. You know, grass is always greener type thing. But it's not that, you know, like them sisters. Like I said, them sisters was coming to anoint Christ, right? Like if you know, like our traditions, like we, you know, when a person dies, we put all type of wonderful smelling oils and all of these things on the body, like anointing the body, like, you know, basically almost still caring for the body, even though the person is gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, if I'm not mistaken, anybody got that scripture? You know what I'm saying? That's what the sisters was going there to do. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? So it was just, like I said, it just so happened. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened they came and they was there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, you know what I'm saying? The Most High wanted them to go and tell the story because, you know, a sister is great for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has a role to play. She was about to go and tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, what's going on here. Howard Shai has, you know, risen from the dead. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like posting it on Facebook back in the day. You tell a sister, nigga, it's posted. And everybody, the whole goddamn world knows it. You know what I mean? So that could be the reason. I don't know. But it's not like how you looking at it like, oh man, you know what I mean? Like the Lord was mad at the brothers, you know what I'm saying? Usually he rock with them, you know what I'm saying? Man, he loves them sisters. Them sisters play a huge role in everything that we do, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't exist without the sisters, you know what I'm saying? You would not exist. Your children would not exist if it were not for your wife, you know what I'm saying? Her role is not better than yours, and your role is not better than hers. She plays her. She's gonna carry the children. You're gonna be there to make sure if she slip and fall, she don't fall on that stomach and hurt the baby or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just got a different role, brother. You understand?
Contract to what? Right.
All right. You got anybody got a scripture?
Come. The book of John, chapter 20 and verse 18. Salaki.
Verse 17. I don't know if this is it, sir. I don't think this is it. Verse 18. Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that she had seen the Lord, and that he had spoken these things unto her.
Right, like listen, like I said, that's like the old school Instagram right there, man. Like as soon as she found out, and everybody knows, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know, that's a hell of a job if you need the word to be spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, man, tell a sister. The sister just got finished saying she in the grocery store. And nigga cannot wait. Did I hear you say Baphomet? No, sister. That's their job. I don't want to. I ain't talking to nobody. I just think in my head how stupid and simple they are, and I let them go. You know what I'm saying? Because we need sisters for certain, you know what I mean, for certain things. They better at it than we are. You know what I mean? So is this the right scripture or not? Nishak?
I'm not sure.
Where you at again?
Book of John, chapter 20, and verse 18.
18.
Lucky.
No, this ain't it. Yeah, go ahead, Art. You got it?
Yeah, I think it might be Mark chapter 16, verse 1.
Mark 16 and 1.
Comment.
Let's see, go ahead and you can go ahead and read it if you got it, Art.
Mark chapter 16, verse 1. And when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene and Mary the mother of James and Salome had bought sweet spices that they might come and anoint him. And very early in the morning, the first day of the week, they came unto the sepulchre at the rising of the sun. And they said among themselves, who shall roll?
1 second. Go ahead, Art.
Verse 3. And they said among themselves, who shall roll us away the stone from the door of the sepulchre? And when they looked, they saw that the stone was rolled away, for it was very great.
Right. So basically, again, it was just happenstance, right? Like, these sisters was going there for a whole totally different reason, right? But it so happened because of their love for this brother, man, and for their, you know, their diligence and them just being wonderful sisters. You know what I'm saying? They go under the Sabbath day was over, so now they able to go and anoint this body. You know what I'm saying? They did this, you know, early Sunday morning before the sun even rise. This is what they was on. You know what I'm saying? They was about caring. You know what I'm saying? What they say about a woman. You know, like how they're nurturing. You know what I'm saying? Like even in death. You know what I'm saying? A sister is up early in the morning to make sure that this brother is taken care of, man. And that's how she ran into him. You know what I'm saying? That's how they got to see. You know what I'm saying? He didn't just, you know, reveal himself to them. The Lord wanted to do it that way. The Lord put a spirit on these sisters where they was up early in the morning. The Lord also decided to get Christ up. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's how it happened, brother. It has nothing to do with any emotional, any whatever type thing that goes on in, you know, Negroes' head today. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, like it's very simple. We come in here and we have to relearn, and it's hard because you put in all of your emotional baggage into, you know, you reading and learning the scriptures, man. And that's why you got to come in here like a child and learn it all over again, man. You got to look at, you know what I mean, like from a spiritual perspective.
Bro.
Right, so you want to look at it from a spiritual perspective, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't look at it the same way that I looked at it when I was in the Christian church or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's totally different now. So, again, like, you know, Christ, of course, was not emotional, and he just showed himself to the women first. These women were great sisters, and they was on their way to anoint the body of Christ. You know what I'm saying? Because they thinking that, you know, he was dead. You know what I'm saying? So they just happened to run into him. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do to, you know, after that, Christ went and showed himself to everybody else. It doesn't make the brothers less or the sisters more because they saw him first. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, how the chain of events happened or the sequence of events happened. You know what I'm saying? All right. Any more in the scripture?
What?
All right, Most High Christ. All right. Any other questions?
So,
Go ahead.
now I just wanted to say some bad reverb on our end. Like when we speak, you can hear the speaker in the background.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like it echoes.
All right, the water. All right, let me stand by. I'm gonna see if it gets any better. Stand by. All right. All right.
There ain't nothing you can really do about it.
Just go ahead and turn it down. No, you can turn it down. So you still there? Can you hear me?
It's not when you speak, sir. It's only when we speak.
That's why I wanted to have you speak. Is it still the same?
It's better now.
All right, Most High Christ. Any other questions in the room? Go ahead, up.
I just had a question around like the rank order structure. Like, how come in the Isupk we don't wear like insignia to like identify the rank or anything like that?
Why don't we wear insignia? Okay. Okay. The best way to understand it, like, do you wear an insignia to? Well, if you do run your household, do you wear insignia to let everybody know that I run it around here?
No, sir.
Why not? Tell me why not.
Because everybody already knows.
That's everybody that needs to know knows, right? You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know, right? That's basically it, right? Like, everybody that needs to know, they know. So we don't need to put any insignia. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's in here, you know what I'm saying, Commander Junior Hana does not walk around and look for, you know, all type of accolades or whatever for him being, you know, the hardest working man in all of Israel. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? The brothers over your zone. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, you know. If you don't, I don't need nobody to, you know what I'm saying? The brothers that know, that means something to me and that means something to the Most High, they know what the hell it is. So that's why, brother. We not Esau. We not in his military. We don't have to do that. It's not for, you know, clout or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? We do a job. We minister unto the children of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really serve them. We really work for them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need no insignia. Commander Junior Hana has never given us the order to put on an insignia or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We give respect, you know what I'm saying, even to this day, to brothers who left the damn truth. You understand? Like, we give respect to the 7 heads of the school from back when, you know what I'm saying, that we just know. You know what I'm saying? We know who they are. We give them their honor and their respect for the work that they did, and that's it. If you know, you know. All right?
Yeah.
Good. Any other questions? Go ahead, sis.
Jude chapter 1 verse 9. What's the difference between Michael and Yahushua? Are they the same people? Same person?
Okay, let's go ahead and read it in Jude 1 and 9. The sister, in case, because I know she didn't have the mic. The sister's question was, what's the difference between Michael and Yahushua? Are they the same person, right? So we're going to read it in Jude chapter 1 and verse 9. One of y'all brothers, whenever you get it, go ahead, write it up.
Jude chapter 1, verse 9.
You just turned it off, brother.
Do you hear me? It's on.
Yeah, he just turned it down so it wouldn't give them feedback for them.
Oh.
But since they not speaking, you gotta turn it back up.
On here? Oh, okay. Go ahead, Al. You got it. Just you might have to be loud to walk.
Jude chapter 1 verse 9. Yet Michael, the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation,
But said,
the Lord rebuked
thee.
Okay, so you're asking if Michael is the same as Yahushua. Not at all. Michael is, like it's telling you, the archangel. He's the highest ranking angel, man. You know what I'm saying? We do the prayers every week. You know what I'm saying? You know, the prayers for the blessings, you know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shah, which is bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah. We're going in the ranking order. And Michael and the angels, Michael is the highest ranking angel, right? And so he was having an argument with another angel, Satan, you know what I'm saying, about, you know, like Satan's job is to make you look the worst you can, like in his eyes, like show to the Most High, like, no, they ain't worth it, like, you know what I'm saying? And Michael, the archangel, his job is to ride for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Like, his job is to watch over to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the head of all of that. Satan, he's got a whole nother agenda, you know what I'm saying? So they're arguing about whether Moses deserves, I guess, you know what I'm saying, to go and be buried in the land of Israel. You know what I'm saying? One is arguing this point. You know what I'm saying? I think John Muhammad, or I forget who that was, made it perfectly clear. Like, you know, the best way I understand it is like a court case, right? You got a prosecutor and you got the defender. You know what I'm saying? You got the public defender or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Well, the defender is Michael. The prosecutor is Satan. And they're having this argument. They're in court, you know what I'm saying, to the judge, the Most High, and going back and forth like, yo, Moses don't deserve to go over there. He don't deserve, like, you see how he did, you know what I'm saying? The other one is arguing the other one. Michael is an angel. He's completely separate from Christ. All right, Most High. Any other questions? Good to go. Any questions in the room?
Right.
Go ahead.
I got a question at Acts 9. My question is really simple though. When Yahweh said, why kick against the priest, is that what like saying, like why he's fighting the truth?
Okay, what scripture are you talking about? Or tell you, let's say
Acts 9 and 5.
Acts 9 and 5. All right, let's go ahead and read it.
So you want me to start at 4?
Come, wherever it seems, you know what I'm saying, we can get the context, that's fine.
Somebody, sir, I started one.
All right, tell them where you at.
In the book of Acts, chapter 9, verse 1. And Saul, yet breathing out, threatening and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest and desired of him letters to Damascus, to the synagogue, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell unto the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Yahushua, whom thou persecutest. Mm-hmm. It is hard for thee to kick against the prick.
Right, okay. All right, and so, yeah, the simple answer to your question, like, I would have looked up what pricks was, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what that is in the in the Bible. Like, in the old school, it sounds like kicking thorns or something like that. But You know what I mean? You understand the spirit of it is what you're saying. Like, why are you coming against what's right? You know what I'm saying? That's like Saul is persecuted. Saul is looking to be able to go and prosecute blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that are in the truth. All right, and you know what I'm saying? Christ comes to him. He don't even know who Christ is. You know what I'm saying? He's like, why are you kicking like the thing that you're doing? You know what I'm saying? It sounds very uncomfortable, very painful. I don't know what the pricks are. It sounds like something that is going to hurt, man. So if you got that in your Bible dictionary, I would look that up. But you're absolutely right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your spirit, like the spirit is absolutely correct. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just going against Christ. He's going against the truth.
Like that's what I thought too. Like it sounds like thorns. Like if a man kicking his feet against some thorns or something like that hurt.
Sound painful. Like, I don't know what the pricks is. Like I don't know. That's probably not even in the Bible dictionary. You have to look at some old something. Oh, it is. Okay.
You want me to read it, sir?
Yeah, if you would.
This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 474. Prick, a thorn, a goad, any slender pointing thing, like a thorn. The spiritual goad of conviction against which Saul kicked before his conversation.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I don't know if you can hear it, brother, but yeah, it is a thorn in the Bible dictionary. Sound like it. We all know what a prick is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, not the one the white people be talking about. I don't know what that is. So they look that one up. But this, oh, it's the same thing?
Yeah, like you're pricking inside, like you hurt.
Ah, okay. I was like, what is a prick? All right.
No, that just cleared it up a little bit.
Yeah, okay, Most High in Christ. So yeah, that's like, who would do that, right? Who would kick something that hurts? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to touch it. Meanwhile, Paul he is kicking it, man, which is what all Christians do. You know what I'm saying? Like they are against everything that you do in the truth, man. Starting from our family, when you first come into the truth, you know what I'm saying? Like they persecute you for changing your life. Man, why you gonna stop eating pork? Why you stopping going? Why are you this, that, and the third? Why do you love niggas so much? It's like I'm the bad person, but they are kicking pricks. Like this is something that is actually hurting them. You know what I'm saying? Like me not changing my life means that you might get robbed later. You might get murdered or raped or something later, because if I don't change my life, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't help black people at all. But they're hurting themselves not knowing who Christ is. You know what I'm saying? Not realizing what the power of the Most High and who our King and what these brothers, you hardcore brothers, do. You know what I'm saying? In saving not only your own life, but the life of your nation and your people, man. So Paul is hurting himself, man. You know what I'm saying? Sit the hell down somewhere, get up in all black and get up in the class, man, like these brothers are. You understand? All right, Most High Christ. All right. Any other questions online in the room? Good to go. Man, big up, man. Listen, man, big up. You know what I mean? Like to all your brothers and sisters, man. Big up, 12 Shield General.
Nah, 6.
6 Shield General. General Kabbalah Mouth in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? He came down to help rock it out with us. You know what I'm saying? And to every brother, man, you know what I'm saying? Captain Mashaparia, man, Captain Sakawar, everybody that came down, you know, to still rock with us, man. There's no way I wanted to cancel, you know what I'm saying, everything that we had planned. I look for every opportunity I can to get with my brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? So this is a hell of an opportunity, man, and we had a great time, man. So the water to everybody, the water to you brothers, man, for your hard, you know what I'm saying, tireless work, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all did a hell of a job, you know what I'm saying? To the sisters, of course, you know what I'm saying? You did a hell of a job, you know what I'm saying, in helping put this whole thing together, man. We got, grits and eggs and salmon croquettes up in here, man. So, you know what I mean? Again, the water to y'all, man. And hopefully this time next year, we're going to do it real big. Like, this was, you know, kind of short notice, but, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, give me any chance and we getting it in. So, the water to everybody, man, for coming through. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to the guard, to priest and officer, Isupk.
Colonel Concert the water. We are the Isupk, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana, and we are not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. Isupk security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find that in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Also in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Upcoming holy convocations.
Purim.
We got the Feast of Purim, 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, Thursday, February 25th, and Friday, February 26th. 2021, you can find that in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verse 20 through 31. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, they're to start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf while in class or at camp. We're going to send up the Lord's Prayer, first in the Hebrew, then in the English. Amajim, which means to stand. Napan Hakwadam, which means to turn and face the east. Repeat after me. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh.
Malakaka.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawah. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanawa. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalak Lanawa. Kabawak now. Kasalak now. Kabawak ya now. Wala'ah. Kawaya'a now. Wanasaya one. Abo. Hawashai now. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'al. Wahatapara. La'ai Aman.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever. So be it.
So be it.
Yajmatah, which means hands down. Sar, which means to turn. Sisters can be seated. Men of Israel, we're going to send up a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat. Amajum.
Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatham.
How about Shemi Hashab Rakathum?
Yajimata, sisters can stand. Men of Israel, we're going to send up a courtesy salute to the sisters that are in the class. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shemal Ataba Hashem Yahushua.
Yajimata, class dismissed.